Sino sa mga mainstream media, mga ka-psychology, ang consistent na fair yung pagbabalita? Sino sa mainstream media ang consistent na bias? So again, okay? Then sino sa mga nagbabalita ang valid yung... Hello, welcome back to Psychology and Social Issues. This is Philip, and welcome back to our new video. And today is June 13, 2025. And in this video, we'll be talking about, we'll continue to talk about psychological assessment. And the topic that we're going to discuss are the different considerations of a good test. Okay, so now let's proceed. I'm going to share to you now my slides. Okay, this is a very short discussion. Again, as I mentioned, a continuation because in our last video, a very long time ago, I'm very sorry for the late uploads. We discuss a psychological assessment, or what is psychological assessment, and differentiated with test and identify different psychological or testing, what you call this one, methods, different psychological assessment methods. And in choosing different psychological methods or instruments, you need to consider these things to identify a good test. Remember, take note, a good test. Okay, by the way, before we start, please do like and share my videos, and please do subscribe to this channel, Psychology and Social Issues. Again, this is Philip, your psychology teacher. Okay, so we will start. Now, what are the different considerations of a good test? By the way, allow me to speak in Tagalog so that everyone can understand. Okay, I'm not a Tagalog speaker. I'm a Cebuano. Yet my friends are asking me to speak in Tagalog as well, to mix it in English and Tagalog so that everyone can have an easy understanding of the topics that we are talking here. Okay, so what are the different considerations of a test? Now, we're going to identify 3 considerations. Again, take note, it is not just only considerations of a test, but it's considerations of a good test. There's this descriptive word, good test. Okay, first we have reliability. Okay, when you talk about reliability, is the consistency of the measuring tool. Consistency, it means that it is measuring, or it will give consistent outcomes whether what season, what day that test has been given. So it's reliability. It means you can trust the outcome because it is reliable. Consistency, that's the easiest way to understand. So whether it's a rainy season, you ask the person to answer an IQ test, for example, whether it's sunny day or kuan. Again, so still that will provide the same, more or less the same result, meaning more or less the same does not give a significant difference of the result of the same individuals or of the same person. Okay, next we also have the validity. Okay, validity, it means it measures what it needs, what it is designed to measure. So if an instrument measures IQ test, be sure that the instrument really measures IQ test. Okay, so with these two, usually they go together. Whether you are conducting, you are a psychometrician, a researcher, or a student or anyone who's doing a research, or you are an HR personnel in the industry trying to evaluate your members of the organization, employees, so on and so forth, be sure to consider these two. Again, there's another three, but again, reliability and validity should be at priority. It's not just only reliability, it's not just only validity. Again, you should consider the two, reliability and validity. Okay? Okay, so again, for example, in being a human resource personnel, okay, unfortunately, several organizations, they just come up with their own instruments like employee evaluation, so on and so forth. So you have to you have to be very careful in applying those organizations made instruments if they really have reliability and validity um, coefficients. Okay, so meaning it underwent reliability and validity test, because you might make mistakes in making decisions about or regarding your members or employees. Okay, again, reliability, consistency, validity, measuring what it needs to measure. If you'd like to evaluate employees' performance, be sure that your instrument, okay, is valid, meaning it measures really the performance, not just the behavior, or not only the behavior, or not the behavior of the employee. Okay, so a good example, I had an experience before where in a specific company, a school tries to measure the performance of teachers. Okay, however, they use their own organizations made questionnaire or instrument. Okay, unfortunately, when I check the instrument, the content are most of the time the feelings of students towards their teachers. So upon just simply seeing the instrument, being in the field of psychology and having this understanding about assessment, reliability, and validity, by just simply looking the instrument used by that organization, it does not have even the face validity of employee performance evaluation instrument. Again, why? Because it measures only the feelings of the students towards their teachers. It doesn't, or it didn't have any content about teachers' preparedness, ability of the teachers to deliver the topics, punctuality of teachers. It didn't even have teachers' articulation, so on and so forth. So again, by just simply looking at it, it doesn't have, or it didn't have any face validity at all. The face validity is the least validity you can use to a particular instrument. Okay? So the last consideration for a good test is the norm. Okay, this one also is very important. So the test performance data of a particular group of test takers that are designed for use as a reference when evaluating or interpreting individual test scores. Do you understand? Of course, you don't understand. Me too. Okay. Well, anyway, so talking about norms, from the term itself, norm, normal, it means that in every test or in every instrument that you are going to use, no, it has a specific reference, and that reference is the norm of that particular test. The test. The norm is the expected outcome of a test. In every instrument has its own norm. Yeah, it can be age norm, performance, cultural, what else? Ethnic, so on and so forth. It differs depending on the kind of test you are using. For example, talking about IQ test, most likely age would come in, age norm. So you cannot just simply compare an IQ of a 5-year-old individual to a 30-year-old individual. So there should be a reference norm, meaning you should look at the age and the score of the person in order for you to really evaluate. Okay? So if this particular individual having the age of 5 years old and the result is, for example, 10 over 100, and yet the norm provides that that particular score is above average, then that individual is above average. Compared to those individuals, for example, 30 years old, and the score is 10 over 100, and looking into the norm reference according to age and score, then most likely that individual fits to what the norm according to his age and score described about him. Okay, so again, in every age, in every situation, in every test, there's a different norms. Again, another example for a norm. Okay, last week, I brought my kid to a specialist, and the specialist measured or weighted my kid, and unfortunately, the weight of my kid is lower than the average. Okay, and that, what's the reference? The norm, age, the age, and the weight. Okay, so the doctor informed me that your kid falls below average. Talking about the weight, ha? So pinag-usapan natin yung timbang ng bata. So below average siya. Kasi hindi siya umabot doon sa norm, sa expected timbang sa base sa kanyang edad at sa kanyang timbang. Okay? So I hope it's clear, because in our next video, we are going to talk about different norms, so that we'll be able to understand and then apply them in different social issues in our situations right now. Okay, so for example, when I was still, for example, in the year 1998 up to year 2002, okay, the norm, the expected behavior or the normal behavior during that year was that if you own a cellular phone, most likely sasabihin ng mga tao na medyo may kaya ka or may pera ka. Talagang may pera ka. Di ba? Iisipin ng mga tao na mayaman to. Okay? Mayaman tong tao na to. Kasi bihira lang. Yung sa year na yan, bihira lang yung may cellphone. At the same time, kung may cellphone ka, may pambili ka ng load. And imagine magkano ang text at magkano ang tawag sa time na yon. So most likely, I think yung tawag, sa natatandaan ko, 8 pesos per minute. Okay? Then yung text ata around 5 pesos. So kapag magpa-load ka ng 100 pesos, ang bilis maubos niyan. Okay? And then yung cellphone ng time na yun, yung mga malalaki pa. Okay? Wala pang cameras. And then around 2000, pumasok na yung mga 51. Okay? So around 2002, 2003, pumasok na rin yung mga camera. Again. Okay? So again, the norm was that wala kang cellphone. Okay? Outside the norm, yung mga may cellphone. Pero ngayon, mga kababayan, Okay? Mga ka-psychology natin. Uh, ang normal or ang expected norm is that tayong lahat or lahat ng tao ngayon, kahit bata, kahit elementary, mayroon ng cellphone. Okay? Ang kaduda-duda, ang outside the norm or normal ay yung wala. So, nagiging baliktad na siya. Okay? So, mabago-bago ba yung norm? Yes. Okay? Merong iba, pwedeng mabago. Yung iba, hindi. O, katulad ng IQ, EQ, most likely, yung norm, dapat naka-fix yung norm niya. Yung basihan kung anong normal. Di ba? Pero halimbawa, dito, sa mga behavior natin, sa cultural, kasi nagbabago itong culture natin. Oh, di ba? So, expected lang yan, normal lang yan. So, nagbabago siya. Kaya ngayon nga, kapag wala kang cellphone, parang nagdududa na yung ibang tao. Of course, hindi lang sinasabing mayaman ka. Hindi katulad dati. Okay? So, I hope na intindihan po nating lahat itong considerations of a good test. So, again, bilang a psychology learner, bilang in the field of psychology, HR, education, lahat, dapat maintindihan ninyo. Or by the way, kahit hindi ka in the field of psychology, mag-a-apply ka, magboboto ka, dapat alam mo itong reliability, validity, okay? At norms. Again, halimbawa, sino sa mga mainstream media, mga ka-psychology, ang consistent na fair yung pagbabalita? Sino sa mainstream media ang consistent na bias? So again, okay? Then sino sa mga nagbabalita ang valid yung binabalita? Yan yung considerations natin bago tayo maniwala sa kung anong pinagsasabi sa atin. Okay? At bago tayo mag-react sa mga binibigay na impormasyon, dapat natignan din natin based sa kung anong norms natin. Okay? So yan yung pinaka-importante dyan sa gamit ng tatlo na yan. Again, kung ikaw sa in the field of psychology, magagamit mo ito sa pagpili ng good test. Okay? So, maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at sana naman po ay ma-follow at ma-subscribe ninyo itong ating channel para po ito sa kaalaman nating lahat na sa psychology at pag-apply nito sa ating pang-araw-araw na buhay. Okay, so again, maraming salamat sa lahat. At kita-kita po tayo sa susunod na upload natin.